Hey guys, it's Shad. Welcome back to another video. And today we're going to be discussing finding your weaknesses and addressing them. This video is not necessarily aimed towards beginners, although this will apply to you later in your lifting career. This is more so for people who are intermediate, who've gotten the hang of going to the gym or working out consistently, but have areas that they're lacking in, which are preventing them from reaching their full potential. As a beginner, your focus should just be starting your journey in whatever form that looks like, whether it's going to the park to practice push-ups and pull-ups or getting over your gym anxiety. Just expose yourself to any type of physical stimulus. Trying to perfect every aspect of your fitness journey from the beginning is going to do more harm than good and ultimately lead to you burning out. For those of you who've gotten past the beginner stage and are now in the intermediate stage, there are some questions that I want you to ask yourself. The first question is going to address your training intensity. Are you training to failure? Most people aren't. And if you don't know whether you're training to failure or not, you most likely are not. Are you stopping because you can't do another rep or just because it hurts and you're mildly uncomfortable? In most cases, excluding joint and nerve pain, you are much stronger than you think you are. You just have to push past the discomfort of breaking down your muscle so that it is able to grow back stronger. The next question I want you to ask yourself pertains to appropriate volume. Are you undertraining? A good rule of thumb is to assume that you are undertraining, as most people are. Have you figured out the minimum volume you need to consistently make progress on your lifts? Are you overtraining? As in actually overtraining, which is very hard to do as the human body is very resilient. Have you figured out how long it takes for each muscle group to fully recover before you hit it next? When trying to figure out how long you should recover before you hit a muscle group again, a good rule of thumb is 24 to 48 hours for smaller muscle groups such as shoulders and calves, and then 48 to 72 hours for larger muscle groups such as chest, back, and quads. While training to failure is a pretty objective measure, and anyone can look at someone's set and tell that they were actually able to achieve failure based on the slowing down of their final reps, training volume is a much more subjective aspect of your training plan. Some people need significantly less volume to consistently stimulate their muscles, whether that's 5 sets per muscle group per week, and other people are a workhorse kind of lifter and they may require a lot more stimulus throughout the week in order to make comparable gains. The next question I want you to ask yourself is arguably the most important, and it pertains towards your enjoyment, specifically how much you enjoy your plan. Do you look forward to training? It is okay to have days where you aren't as motivated, but these should be the exception and not the rule. Everybody's going to wake up one day and they don't feel 100%. Maybe you didn't have as many carbs throughout the day, or you're just feeling groggy. But if you are more often than not dreading your training, this will inevitably lead to you giving up. There are many aspects in life in which you can suck up something for a period of time for an expected result. Fitness is not one of them. The solution to this is very simple. Experiment with your training. Try different forms of fitness. Try calisthenics. Try weightlifting or powerlifting. Try bike riding. Try solo or team sports. Try running. Try long form running. Try sprinting. Try every form of fitness that you can until you find a form that you genuinely look forward to doing. In the same way that working a job in which you genuinely enjoy and are fulfilled from whatever it is that you're doing will make it so that you never have to work a day in your life, exercising in a form where you genuinely have fun and enjoy yourself will make it so that you look forward to whatever form of exercise that it is. Whether I'm going to the park to play pickup basketball with my friends, or I'm going to the beach to do calisthenics, or I'm going to the gym to weightlift, it's never something that I am actively dreading. My exercise is something that I look forward to every day, and on some days it's the highlight of my day. And that's how I think it should be for everyone. The next question I want you to ask yourself pertains to nutrition and is personally what took me the longest to really lock in. If you are really struggling to apply the common principles, which are prioritizing protein and complex carbs, eating enough fiber, eating in a calorie deficit or surplus, depending on what your goal is, prioritizing whole foods and limiting ultra-processed foods that are high in sugar and fat, then I would highly recommend calorie tracking. The beauty of calorie tracking is that it takes the guesswork out of the process. It allows you to know exactly what is going in your body. The exception to this would be if you have a history of disordered eating or you have an unhealthily obsessive mentality in which calorie counting may not be for you. For the first couple years that I was lifting, I was confused why I wasn't making as much progress as I would have expected because I was getting stronger each time I went, even though I was staying at the same body weight. And it comes down to me not eating enough. I simply was not eating enough food. I wasn't eating enough protein. I wasn't fueling my body properly enough to grow. If you know that calorie counting isn't for you and that you're gonna get super obsessive about it, just make sure that you're sticking to those core principles. Make sure you're getting roughly a gram of protein per pound of body weight. You're prioritizing whole foods. You're getting in all your micronutrient values as well as your macronutrients, because while protein and carbs are important, fiber is just as, if not more important. The next question I want you to ask yourself pertains through working through an injury. Are you starting your fitness journey with a previous injury? Is this a minor injury, such as a wrist sprain, or a major injury, such as an Achilles tear? Many people think injuries are the end-all be-all, and that if you sustain an injury, you should stop working out completely. This is the opposite of what you should do in most cases, as staying active and supporting blood flow to the injured area will speed up the recovery process. That being said, make sure to listen to your body. There's a difference between pushing past muscular pain that you should be feeling while working out and ignoring joint or nerve pain that you should not be feeling. That's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much and enjoy the rest of your day.